Perfect.
Okay, we got the recording going. We're back. It's Danya, and
Priya.
today's topic is housing. We got to talking about housing.
Housing?
Housing? Is that what we're going to talk about? No. No, we can edit it. We were driving, going to the grocery store, and there are people who are homeless.
Homeless, yes.
Yeah, and then Priya was having some thoughts comparing the situation with that in India and here.
Yeah.
And we made some comparisons with the culture, and we were thinking about why and the solution and just the topic of housing.
Yes. So, when for me, believing there can be homeless people in US is unbelievable. But I have been here since last 2 years and seen people like homeless people. But I always wonder like why being in such a country like US, people are homeless. Is there anything like any problem? What's the cause? Like, okay, if it is in India, we can understand it's we are still developing and we have a lot of population. We cannot take care of so many population being homeless or something. But in US, the population is less and it's being a developed country. I was not expecting people to be seen like this. So I was thinking like it's their individual issue or they have any problem or they are just being lazy and not caring for themselves or some issues. I'm not much aware. Maybe Donia can put some light on it.
Well, I noticed that the homelessness was even more and more of a growing problem a few months ago when I was driving with some friends to a rally in reception for Kennedy in the capital of our state, North Carolina, in Raleigh. And my friend was driving, and I was looking out the window, and I could see into the woods outside of cities, just miles and miles of tents, people living in tents. And I know Kennedy is talking about this issue. He was really looking into it and finding that there's an increase in the cost of housing is making it so people, who work even full time, sometimes it's not enough to pay for housing here. But then, but there's just so many ways to think about it. There's a lot of cultural issues around the issue of housing, and just being destitute, falling off the bottom rung of the ladder. And Priya was talking about, like in India, how if somebody is pretty destitute and they really need money, their strategy is going to be different than it's going to be here. And she was telling me kind of what people do in India, and then I was comparing it to what people do here when they really need some money.
Yeah, in India, this concept of homeless is very different. It involves a lot of background, like religious people being used to it. There are a particular clan which loves to do like begging and on the street. Like I heard, like there are people they are really don't need to do begging, but they have taken it as their profession.
Gypsies?
Like they really don't. They really do have
nomadic, like a nomadic people, or no?
I don't know. Like they are used to begging. Like even though they don't have to do that. Like there's a particular clan, like they want to beg, and it's a easy stuff, go and beg and get something even though they can afford to do something else. There is like really there are few people like they are not capable of doing any work, and India government is not, like population is also too much high that India government also cannot take care of all the people who are not capable of earning their bread, and that's how they end up coming to road asking for money. That is one thing can be done, like we pay a lot of tax and government is taking a lot of tax and not taking care of the people who is at least needy people. Seeing them on the road is really feels like, where is our tax going? It's not given to them, at least to the needy. They are seen on the street. Is it not so noticeable to anybody? So I feel always bad that it's still there. People who need also are like, we are not helping. Like our government is not helping. I have no idea like what is the problem. Like it's a huge problem that our government is failing to address. But I see a lot of taxes going to government, and I hope at least few of them or half of them should be taken care. Many other people are uneducated in the poor class. They still don't know, like and few people I have seen, like, okay, they think it is easy to cheat others, and based on religious background, like telling, okay, we need it, carrying a small kid and begging. I never give them any money. I never feel pity on them. I say, go do something. But sometimes I also feel bad. Okay, we don't understand the background of the people. Just say, okay, go do something. I it's really difficult to know everything entirely, but this is my understanding. Like people should try to do something. There is always work.
Like, what kind of work would they find, do you think, in India compared to here, if they didn't have a lot of education or physical ability? What kind of work would they find in India or here?
So yeah, there are organizations who helps the differently enabled people to do some art, and like sitting at one place doing art and craft or painting or something. They do help, but it's not in that. It's not vast to address the all people in the nation having disability. Uh, they have given like they are given opportunity to get job also, but many, that's a good thing. Like there are many good things as well, but still not everybody can do job or do painting, or they are not so educated, or little bit, like not everybody can do the things we teach them. So at least they need to be helped by our government.
I'm going to stop the video now because I don't know how long video it can hold, but we may return to this topic.